Hello everybody and welcome to Crafting with Danielle at Funky Fitness. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to show you another card. So if you were with me last time, I made a card which had two folds in it called a bifold card. I'll just show you that from last time. And it opened out from the middle, opened out like so. So this week I'm going to do a different card. I'm going to do a zigzag fold. Now I like the zigzag fold because it is a little bit like a pop-up card, but not exactly the same. So first I'm going to show you what you need. First you will need card. I have card to make the card and also card or paper for decoration. Also any pictures or anything that you've got that you want to use as decoration on the front as well. You will also need your ruler, pencil I would advise, but we use pen because you can't see the pencil on the camera. This is to help me fold things flat. So if you've got anything that can push down on an edge, this is called a bone folder. You don't need one of these, but I like mine. Glue or double-sided tape and scissors. Okay, so we're going to use our card to create our card. Now this card needs to be cut to create the zigzag, but first I'm going to show you the main zigzag and then we'll cut the zigzag off it, which is really funny. So we start by folding in half, which you do for a normal card anyway. So make sure that you line up your edges, and once you've done that, give it a little press. And this is why I have my little pressing tool, because it looks a bit funny at the edge. So if you use a pressing tool to just squeeze the edge down, look at that, gives it a beautiful crisp edge. So if you've got something flat that you can use a ruler, but mine's a little bit thin for doing that. So that is a basic card. We've all done a basic card. And then we're going to go the other way, but we're only going to do it with the top piece. We're going to take the top piece and we're going to bring it back to the fold that we've already done. Again, make a nice edge. So try not to make it cockeyed or a bit wonky. Make a nice edge. And again, give that a press. And again, get your ruler or anything you've got to get rid of those crinkly edges. Crinkly, that's the word. Good word that, crinkly. Okay, so this gives you a Z. Z. Ta-da! Just wait for that truck to go. We're going to then need to create the zigzag backwards. Now the easiest way for this is we're going to take some off the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, now you know I've all got my lovely green board, but every one of these squares is a centimetre, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares up. Gonna go 6 squares up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pen, make sure that my ruler is along the line, and I'm going to put a line here on this side, but then on this side I'm just going to put a little dot, and the reason for that is because of this fold here, because if I did it all the way along, guess what, there'd be part of the card that's not going to line on. So, but now we've put that line, we can line up our ruler along from the dot to the line. Oh, look at that, aren't we clever? Okay, so from the dot to the line, and I can make a full line. It can go all the way along, just like that. Now I'm going to cut that line off. So I have now cut along the line. So now I've got a little piece and I've got a big piece. Now this is my main card, this one here. And then this little strip, what I'm going to do, and I love this, it's exciting. This is the Z, yeah? I'm going to turn it around like that. This long piece is going to go here on the top, and this short piece is going to go on the bottom. And when I stick that down, this is the Z, look at that, it's going to look a bit like a pop-up card. Oh, are you impressed now? Guess what? I am. Right, so there you go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick that down. Oh, I just had a thought while I was gluing the first bit. I don't normally show you the gluing, but what I've done is I've glued this part. I put the glue on the card, not on the strip. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to glue the card this side. Loads and loads and loads and loads of glue. So I'll do it in 2 bits. Try not to glue all the way along. The reason for that is you can end up sticking your card down and then you can't open your card. I have done that in the past, so don't think, Danielle, that would never happen. It does happen. So don't glue all the way along. Glue that part, stick it down, and then glue this part and stick it down, and then you don't glue your card together. Clever. Okay, so that is your Z card. It's a bit bouncy, look at that. Woo. And it'll stand up lovely on somebody's shelf, that. Look at that. Beautiful. So now we're going to decorate. Now I've made some grass. There is a reason why I've made grass, randomly made grass. And this is going to go on my Z fold at the bottom. Yeah? I'm going to stick that down in a moment. The reason I've made grass is because I'm going to do some sheep. Now, I was very lucky to get a card at Christmas that has sheep on it. Sorry, that light is a bit shiny on here. It's got sheep on it. So I'm going to cut out all these sheep. I'm going to put my grass on there, and I'm going to put my sheep on my grass. Yeah. So I'll show you that in a moment. And here we go. So I've decorated it. I've put the grass on the bottom, put my sheep in between me grass, put some hearts on it because this would make a nice Valentine's card, and in the middle I've written I'm barmy for you. Oh, corny cheesy Valentine's-y joke there. And if the pink is too pink, you could use blue. And when you've done the grass, all the bits that are in between are here, and you could actually glue the extra ones in between if you wanted to make it even more 3D. I mean, literally there is loads. So you could put that there, and you could put your message in the middle there, or you can put your message on the back and write to whomever you want. It could be a birthday card, it could be an Easter card, it could be a Christmas card, it could be a friendship card, it could be any kind of card you like. I just happen to have sheep and thought of that really cheesy line. Oh, how cheesy is that? And you could decorate it more or less, or however any of you really want to do it. So that is a Z card, and you can stand things up and you could decorate here. You could use your own sheep. If you've got cotton wool balls, you can do some little faces, cotton wool balls, and then you've got your own sheep. How cool would that be? I was just making use of an old Christmas card there, just for ease. And you could make more hills if you wanted to, different greens to help you with your perspective. But hopefully you really enjoyed that, and I hope you have a great day, and all thumbs up for funky fitness and fun, and I shall see you all again. Thank you so much for joining me, and bye bye. Hello and welcome to Crafting with Danielle at Funky Fitness and Fun. So the last couple of videos you may have seen, I've done a couple of cards. I'll pop them on here just so that you can remember them. Oh yeah, we remember them, Danielle. Fantastic. Right, but what are cards without envelopes? We need envelopes, and we need our envelopes so that we can put our cards into to send to our friends. You could use a normal envelope if you wished to. Sorry, I'm just catching the edge of that card there. Or, like me, you could make your own. sorry, I kept catching the inside of the card, so I've turned it round so the picture's on the inside, because I kept catching the pieces on the edge of the thing. So there's a tip for you. Make sure your picture's on the inside and then you won't catch it on the edge of your envelope. Okay, so there's an envelope, and then I can send that to my friend or wherever it is going. But I haven't got an envelope for this one, so let's show you what you need for an envelope. So what you are going to need is, you're going to need 2 pieces of A4 paper, and that can be any colour. I'm using white today. A pencil, but as I've said in the previous videos, I need a pen because you cannot see pencil when I'm videoing. A ruler for measurements. You can use your thing to flatten your corners and everything with if you wish, or you don't have to, because paper is a little bit easier to fold. Glue, sticky back tape. This is double-sided sticky tape. If you don't have it, you don't need it, you can use glue. If you have double-sided sticky tape, it's actually easier to use that. And scissors. So here is our sheet of paper. Now I'm just going to find the middle of my sheet of paper, and as you know, I like to fold, give it a little squeeze. There's me centering my piece of paper. That's my centre. Now, the card that I need to cover is this one. So I'm going to line this line here with that line there, and that'll put it in the middle. And what we've got here are 3 flaps. You've got the flap on that side, the flap on that side, and the flap coming down. We will need the flap going up, but we'll have to do that on a separate piece of paper. So to work this out, you could actually just fold the paper over. So you could just take the paper and fold it over. Make sure that there's a little gap. What you don't want is to make it so tight and then you can't get your card in. So give yourself a little gap when you're folding over. Okay, the same here, little gap when you fold over. And this gives you all your lines, which is brilliant. Now if that was the easy part, would be great. So we've got to make sure that we have these lines all registered. So I'm going to show you by using my pen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the bottom. I'm slightly off camera there, just 1 minute. I'm going to measure from this line over here to this line over here. And that would be approximately 15 centimetres. Now I'm just going to make sure of that with my card, because if I folded it slightly wrong, I'm going to be stuck. Now you see it's definitely 15 centimetres, and that would make it too close to the card, so I'm going to need it a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is I've got that fold at the top of the piece of paper, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm fairly straight. I'm going to put a dot there. Now I'm going to make it 16 wide. So what is half of 16? No shouting at the YouTube channel because I can't hear you. So the easiest way to do it is if you've got your 16 and you've got your 0, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they both land on 8. So 8 is in the middle. So you want your 8 to line up with your dots. Can't see it when it's off the paper. So you want your 8 to line up with your dot. And you're going to put a dot where your 0 is and a dot where your 16 is. There you go, you see that? Perfect. So there are now 2 dots on my piece of paper. Now the other thing that I need to know is how high my card is. So how tall is my card? So I'm going to just turn it around, put my ruler against it and check. 0 at the bottom, and ooh, it's ever so slightly over 15, but do you know what? that means it can be a 16 by 16 envelope. That means it's 16 going this way and 16 coming up the other way. So we start at 0, put your 0 at the bottom of the paper, work it up, find the 16, give it a dot. Yeah, now if like me you've got a board, if you haven't got a board, don't panic. Don't panic. Try and line your first black dot, so that's this one, with your line, with one of your lines. Okay. Make sure that your paper is square. And then start at 0, put it near the dot. Find 16, which is here, and then just draw a line. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. Now this time, the 16 will need... One moment while I can square up my piece of paper. The 16 will need to be at the edge of the paper. So I'll put the 16 at the edge of the paper. I find 0 this time. And I'm just going to make sure that I am lined up with my board. Oh, that wasn't bad. Good guess, Danielle. And then I'm just going to put a line across. And then because I like to be neat about it, I'm just going to put a line across the top. Oh, I've got wonky paper again. Wonky, do you know? It's not one thing, it's another, but it's all wonky. It's all white. It's all wonky white. And that is where your card will go. So your card will go in the middle there. Okay, now we need flaps. Flappy, flappy. So the easiest way to do this, I have found, personally, is don't make them dead square. Whatever you do, don't make it all dead square. So put it at the top of your paper. Go 0 to your 16. Bring it in 2 centimetres. So 16, 15, 14 is 2 centimetres, yeah? Go from your corner to your dot and give yourself a flat kind of angle-y thing. You get what I'm saying, or do you? Who knows? You're going to angle it anyway, because this is going to be cut. You're going to cut that off. Okay? And then we do the same on the other side. You're going to get that. You're going to find the corner. You're going to draw a line. And this is going to be cut. Yeah? Okay. Now at the top, I'm just going to find my straight line. Now you could have done this while you were doing your 16. I'm just going to put a dot there. And I'm going to do the same here, put a dot there. And then what I'm going to do is bring myself 2 centimetres in from both those dots. Sorry, the camera is ever so slightly in my way. And then I'm going to do the same here. Okay, same thing. I keep forgetting I've got that dint in me. Anybody who's been on here before, I've got a dint in my ruler and I keep catching it. It's hilarious. Right, I've put the dints here. The dints near number 15, 14, 15. Remind me when you're watching this channel. Just say, remember you didn't. Anyway, there we go. Okay, and then we do the same at this edge as well. So, put my 16 on, 2 in, 2 in, and then do the same. The pen doesn't want to draw all the time. Okay, and this is 3 flaps. 3 flaps. You can see them now, can't you? So we'll cut that off, and cut that off. So basically you're cutting off the corners, aren't you? That's easy to do. Now before I do that, I've got one more flap to do. Okay, so for the last flap, that's this one, that will be going on the bottom of our card, of our envelope. what I've done is the top of our envelope is 5 centimetres. Now if you take a full 5 centimetres off the 16, that means that they won't stick together. So what you do is you take about 4 centimetres off, 1, 2, 3, 4, which brings us to 12. Now I made it 12 and a half just because I wanted a little bit extra just in case. So it's 12 and a half high to this dot here. And then I've given myself a centimetre at the bottom, and then I've gone from the top of that centimetre to do my angles, and I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut the whole envelope out. When it is all cut, make sure to fold all of your flaps. Then you will glue this one to the bottom here where your fold will connect with the straight line. You will fold these 2 sides in, glue that down. Oh, it's not playing because I've not glued it. And then that will come to the top, and there is your envelope. Woohoo! Nice and easy. I'm just going to glue this together. Okay, so this is all being glued together. I'm just doing the last little bit, which is here. I always put the glue on the main bit and then just pick it up and stick it down, because again, if it goes over the edge, you can actually end up sticking the whole thing and then you can't get your card inside. Once your envelope's done, you can get your card, and remember what I said earlier, don't leave the bits outwards, because if you do that you can trap them on this bit here. I don't know why, well I do know why it happens with normal cards. And it goes in and you can glue it down, or you could get a sticker and stick it down, something pretty to stick on there, and there you go, a nice envelope for your card. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it will help you make an envelope to go with your cards, and then you can send them all off to whomever you wish. It's just an envelope, it's just a card. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks very much everybody, and bye for now.